All right, guys, we got a video here, and it goes by the name of PlayStation Just Said the Quiet Part Out Loud. Let's check this one out.
If it's one thing I love doing, it's busting up a good narrative that the gaming industry loves to pipe down your throat every single time. And today is no exception. And that narrative is about exclusivity. Oh, man, people get so wrapped up into this, it really is absurd sometimes. Actual dedicated fandoms deciding which console is going to be the best for them to put their money into, calling these things investments, even though they're nothing more than just stripped down x86 PCs that play the exact same kind of games you've played for the last 20 plus years. But every single time a game comes out that is only available on that one specific plastic box, for some reason, now their purchase finally has some sort of value, even though the value of that system should have been the system itself, but not behind the content that's being locked away.
All right, this strikes me as a PC guy. I've seen this guy around, but he definitely doesn't strike me as a console player, but I could be wrong.
By having a $650 barrier of entry fee is actually the most insane thing possible. Not to mention, we're watching the industry itself literally raise prices consistently, have actual banks and other analysts walk into the gaming industry asking them to raise prices of games to $80 as a baseline standard. And even worse, now we're being impacted with actual DRM and requiring your ID to use the console that you purchased with those features in the first place. So clearly, things are not going well like they used to be. But I think it's incredibly interesting how for some reason the online fandoms are stuck behind trying to defend their actual plastic box.
Bitch, shut up!
All right, well, I'll say this. As of late, I think we can all agree that these companies are definitely pulling out warm butter and trying to use it on consumers, guys, okay?
Oh, what the hell?
They've been fondled with.
I am a Sony fan, yes, I am. I own multiple consoles. If you're new to the channel, I play everything. I have a Switch, I have a PS5, I have a PS4, and a PS3 hooked up right now behind me. I also have a Steam Deck, and so I play all kinds of stuff, retro games included. But I really do like Sony a lot, especially what they've done in the past. But as a Sony fan, I gotta admit, man, it's straight up, they have been definitely doing some shit that is unfavorable. These price raises, and that's, most consoles, if you think about it, they're all raising their prices. Xbox did it first, and now Nintendo's doing it, $500 for the Switch too. I mean, it's out of control. The tariffs have, I think, a lot to do with it. And I don't think that's the only reason, guys. And then with the DRM situation with Sony, there's a lot of stuff going on that I'm questioning, like, why is this happening? Game systems are supposed to get cheaper with time, not more expensive. And that you can also blame on the chip shortage and all of that. So people are trying to capitalize on that. Let's also keep it real. If you don't have a Nintendo, if you don't have a Sony PS5 right now, you probably were never going to buy one. But it is still shitty that if you did want to buy one, you'd have to pay all of this money. I think the Pro is like $900. It's something ridiculous, guys. So yeah, that is ridiculous.
And the only way they know how to do that is with something called exclusives. That's right. For some reason, these are the games that are lauded above everything else, held to a higher standard than everyone else. Yet for some reason, these same games get outsold, outplayed, outmaneuvered, and outliked by practically every other third-party AAA game or indie game or AA game that gets placed out into the market. Expedition 33, anyone? Yeah, that's a great example right there if you ask me. But I think the more interesting case about all of this has to be the insane psyop that so many people have fallen for. As someone like myself who is a PC gamer, I don't want to have many games locked behind a specific plastic box. One that I don't want to buy. One that performs worse than my PC and at the same time forces me to pay for online.
Yeah, this guy's a PC player. These YouTubers, you can't talk to YouTubers like this. Sometimes, yeah, they have some things that they say do make sense, but they're the type of people who kind of just dump on whatever they're opposed to. So this guy doesn't like consoles, and I can tell that off top just watching him the first 5 minutes that he's one of those guys. So he's going to shit on consoles and everything that's not PC. Like PC doesn't have issues, because I think we all know that PC has issues, their own issues. But it is what it is. Exclusives have been a thing forever. And we can go back in Sony's playlist. We can go back in Nintendo's playlist, even Xbox. So I know I've been a gamer all my life. So I have great memories of some of these games, playing them on certain systems and so on and so forth. So, I mean, that just was part of the gaming industry, guys. And when it comes to PC, let's not pretend that PC has their issues with prices, because if you're trying to save money and you want to be a gamer, PC is definitely not where you want to do right now. Also, there's been issues with PC, which, let's keep it real, when it comes to playing certain games, you could get a game that doesn't require a lot of power to play, and for some strange reason, that game will not play on a high-end PC. It just doesn't make sense. You can't make sense of it. So the only thing that I've done when it comes to PC playing is just the Steam Deck. That's me dipping my toe in the PC sector. There are a lot of dope things that Steam brings to the table that I do personally like being able to access certain games, early access, being able to get a lot of demos that you can't get anywhere else. Also, indie games, which I love a lot. You get a lot of games over there that you'll never see over on the console side. So that for me is where I draw the line. I'm not an idiot either. I don't play AAA games on a Steam Deck. That is not what it's made for. And so I wouldn't try to force something like that to play a AAA game. I'm a console guy. I like the ease of use. Hey, put it in, play it when it's ready to go. I'm not accustomed to playing games at 120 frames. I never have been. My eyes have never really experienced that for long stretches. So if you're a PC guy and you're in that kind of spectrum, then that's cool. That's cool for you. But I'm not going to hate on PC either. Like, I'm not going to hate on any gamer who likes to play games. If you like a game, I don't care what it's on. I don't care if it's retro. I don't care if it's current. I don't care if it's PC. I mean, we should be out here supporting each other, not doing this, hating on another console or hating on another brand of gaming. But that's just my opinion, guys.
Paying for a box that I don't want, that is nothing more than just a stripped down PC to play one or two video games, is really not going to be an enticing offer for me, no matter how good that game actually is. And I think the funniest part about all of this is how that narrative has been popped right in front of everyone's face with one simple interview. Because according to Insider Gaming, Sony CEO calls PlayStation a plastic box without content. Oh boy. Oh, all right. Look, we are in for a barn burner on this one.
Well, I will say that Sony does not have any exclusives right now. If you want to say that Sony's missing something right now, I would gladly tell you it is definitely these exclusives. The heyday, in my opinion, was PS4. The PS4 was in its heyday, and that's when we got so many exclusives. It was crazy. And I think, I'll be the first to tell you guys, in my opinion, that Sony has definitely taken their foot off the gas. They've gotten a little complacent. They've got a little lazy because they were coasting in the console, field. And Nintendo, let's not even go there, but I will. Nintendo is definitely just going to make money. They're printing money no matter what. All right. So the people over there who are really big fans of Nintendo, they're not going anywhere. No matter what you do, no matter what you tell them, it's not going to happen. They're gonna stay there. And you can see this as, the game sales. I think the Switch 2 has sold crazy numbers. The Switch 1 right now, I think this past year has sold like almost 4 million. I think 3.8 million units being sold there. So they're still selling consoles over there, guys. And they can do whatever they want because they know they have no competition. Sony is in a different spectrum when it comes to gamers over there, guys, and they have a different kind of gamer. But Sony is also successful, and they've taken their foot off the gas when it comes to the console war because they have nobody to really worry about on that end either. So I think if you talk to a lot of Sony fans, they'll tell you that they definitely have been slacking when it comes to putting out first party games if they're going the exclusive route. And as of late, that's what I've been hearing. At first they weren't, and then they took it back and they said, no, we're going back exclusive. So we don't know what the hell's going on, guys. And if I'm being honest, most of these companies, most of these these IPs and everything like that, guys, they're going to tell you what you want to hear, and just to get you to buy, what they want you to buy, and then they will kind of bird feed you something. They'll tell you, hey, these are coming out this year, and then when you buy the system, it doesn't come out for 2 years, right? Or when it does come out, it's not as good or polished as one might have thought that it might be. You're playing it at 30 frames or whatever. So it is what it is. You got to kind of take the good with the bad in this aspect. And, it's nothing that is game changing or game breaking, no pun intended, for me personally. But everybody has an opinion on that.
This entire statement, even though there is context missing, and we're going to talk about that context in just a moment, is the one statement that has been pushed around the entire internet and is literally causing every fanboy to lose their actual mind all over Twitter yesterday. And clearly it had to be one of the funniest things to actually see. In fact, this meme has been perpetuated since the PlayStation 3, with PS3's got no games, and then PS4 got some games, and PS5, well, the majority of those games are in fact on PC.
Yeah, PS4 didn't just get some games. They got a ton of games, okay? They got a ton of games. And a lot of their IPs, you can't lie. I don't care who you are out here. You can't sit here and tell me that there weren't any IPs that Sony has done or made from PS4 to PS5 that a lot of gamers who are PC players wouldn't have liked to play. Okay, they got some of them who went to PC, but a lot of them still remain on that console, and you'd be lying to yourself. Okay, just stop the cap.
So if you're one of those exclusivity people, clearly about 90% of what you play, I can play on my box without having to worry about buying the thing that you bought. So this is a good thing, actually, because exclusivity is in fact bad for the customer and consumer. But here's the part that really got things kind of crazy. People were so upset at Insider Gaming and trying to community note that actual Twitter post that they took the tweet down. Yeah, they took the entire thing down because of the actual backlash they were getting, even though in the interview itself, that's exactly what was said. But the problem isn't just what was said or how it was interpreted. The real problem is the reaction of the community itself trying to downplay a brand and a plastic box that A, they don't work for, 2, they don't have any stocks in, or C, they're going around and trying to defend simply because they wanted to buy the box in the first place.
I mean, that could be argued with what you're saying as well, though, right? Everything you just mentioned when it comes to PC, same things apply to you, I guess, but hey, it is what it is, I guess.
Or pledge allegiance to an actual branded corporation who doesn't even know they actually fucking exist, which is pretty pathetic if you ask me. But it looks like Push Square is one of the other places here saying the exact same thing and clearly not backing down. Because Push Square also said this: PS5 is a plastic box if it doesn't have content. Sony explains its third-party focused ecosystem. Here's where I think things are going to get really wild and crazy. It's going to truly expose a lot of the garbage being perpetuated all over the internet every single time, and the truth about exclusivity and what actually happens. And clearly what we're going to find out is PlayStation may not be the crown prince everyone claims it to be. I guess the king truly has no clothes. Because the article by Push Square says this: while the PlayStation 5 and all PlayStations before it have some truly incredible first-party titles, that's debatable in my opinion.
Yeah, that's hate. Come on, guys. That's hate. Let's just keep it real. It seems like I said, I really don't know this guy, but just watching him, he really doesn't like Sony. You can just tell that. I mean, okay, we get it. You don't like Sony for whatever reason. He's basically denying that Sony has any dope IPs or had any dope IPs. And I know he's lying now. So, okay, guys, let's continue.
They've never been Sony's strength like Nintendo. The Switch 2 is sold on the strength of Mario and Pokemon. PS5 is all about GTA and Call of Duty.
Who the hell said that? Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not here to change anybody's mind. I'm not trying to do all that. And You're not going to, guys. I mean, same thing in politics. This is like gaming politics, if you will. You're not going to change a Nintendo fanboy and get them to agree with some of your thoughts on your favorite console. Same thing with these PC guys. PC guys like this, you're not going to get them to admit that Sony has any good games, Nintendo, whoever has any good IPs, right? You're not going to get them to say that, not in your face. Right? They'll probably play some of these or wanted to play some of these, but they'll never tell the masses about it. I mean, and that's just kind of what it is.
He ain't lying.
So you got to kind of take their opinion or what they say with a grain of salt. Now, me, on the other hand, guys, I'm at least somebody who can look at something logically, from a logical standpoint. If you call out something that is logical and is true, I will admit that that is. I'm not going to tell you just because I like Sony that Sony's not out here fucking up, because they are. Okay, so I'm that type of YouTuber. So if you're coming to this channel for gaming content, I'm going to give you the real, right? If Sony's messing up, I'm going to tell you. If Nintendo is, whoever's messing up, I'm going to let you know, right? I'm not going to just hide behind the brand. It is what it is. But there's some people who just rep certain things. And hey, if that's what you want to do your thing. You know what I mean?
Now let's stop right here. Some of you are saying, Alex, that's impossible. We've got Soros, we got Ghost of Tsushima, we got all these great first-party IPs that are on the PlayStation, and that's exactly why we play this console. No, it isn't. And you know it, and I know it, and everybody knows it. You know how I know it? Because PlayStation literally admitted during the ABK trials, especially by Jim Flying, Lion, Crying, Gonna Stop Your Deal Ryan, saying those exact same words, literally admitting that if Microsoft degraded Call of Duty in any fashion, it would be a crippling event for PlayStation overall.
Look, I don't know what is he getting at casual gamers? Is he getting at diehard gamers? I'm what you call a diehard gamer. I'm what you call a gamer who plays on a regular basis and who has done that since I was a kid for years, right? And I'm not going to stop. So as a diehard consumer, guys, that is not why I do it. I buy, PlayStation products or games because I really truly do adore their first party games. And they're some of the best in my opinion. And keep in mind, I said my opinion. That's what I like. And a lot of people feel the same way. Now, if he's talking about just your casual gamer, I mean, most of those are like Nintendo fans. They have a lot of casual gamers over there. And there's a lot of Xbox casuals too, right? But most people who play PlayStation, a lot of the people are more of a diehard type of fan base. So they look forward to those games like he just named there. Those are games that I look forward to, and a lot of other people do. So there's different type of gamers who play different things as well. So you got to keep that in mind. And see, what I don't like is when people talk about a certain console and then they use blanket statements, right? They don't. That's not cool. Right. If you're gonna use blanket statements, just kill that. Miss me with that shit. But that's a whole nother conversation, guys.
Because they make all that money off of microtransactions and games in their own storefront. That's sweet 30%, which is going to come up in just a moment as well. So that's one notch right under the belt. Let's look at the second one, by the way, talking about Grand Theft Auto. And clearly we've seen this happen over and over again. The PS1 and PS2 were actually the ideal scenario for GTA because Xbox apparently turned them down because they're really not that bright sometimes. A lot of the time. Majority of the time.
Jab at Xbox.
A lot of majority of the time.
I can get with that.
I mean, look how long it's taken them to fix Windows 11.
Message.
But it's gotten so bad that PlayStation has now been providing notifications for people on the PS4 to upgrade to a PlayStation 5, by the way, at the higher price point, which is even funnier if you ask me, to go ahead and play Grand Theft Auto 6.
Let's keep it real though. Like I said before, if you don't have a PS5 now, you probably never wanted one to begin with. And now everybody's foreheads are getting wet. Okay, because now it's getting closer to closer for GTA. And I think that's why this guy is salty. Because if he does, I don't know what consoles he owns or anything like that. But from what I'm hearing, it's not coming out for PC day one. So a lot of people are feeling that pressure to get GTA as it gets closer and closer to release date. And they either have to get a console, to play it right now, or you can wait. maybe a year from now and then get it. But who really wants to play this game and is going to wait for this phenom, what everybody's calling it, to hit the scene and not be a part of it, right? So I think part of this is discussed within themselves that they can't play it on PC and only on console right now. And look, man, it is what it is. I feel bad for people who don't have the console and want the console now, because there are a lot of gamers who are coming up or coming of age as well that want a console and just weren't old enough yet to get one. And now, they're looking at these prices and it's crippling, especially in this economy right now. So I understand those people. They're going to be the ones that are going to get caught in the crossfire. And I feel bad for those gamers, especially ones who want to experience GTA 6 and who have been playing GTA 5 on PS4 forever, right? I have friends right now. I have one friend that still doesn't have a PS5 and he still plays GTA on PS4. Like, that's the only game he plays. So either he's been saving his money. I hope he's stacking his bread to get another console, because when GTA 5 comes out, it's going to be a sad day if he can't get his hands on it.
Don't miss out on the next great adventure in Grand Theft Auto. Make sure you get yourself a PlayStation 5 or a $900 PS5 Pro. Boy, really crunching off of the back of third party, if you ask me. And if you look at any month of PlayStation sales or even most played games, all you'll see on those lists from that PS5 are going to be things like FIFA, Madden, Call of Duty, NBA 2K, and Fortnite, and basically every other major third-party game on that list. You'll see every now and then something like Ghost of Yotei pop up there, and then be like the number 8th best-selling game for the entire year.
Look, if you don't have any console and you're trying to get into console gaming and you're trying to play for an experience, you really want a single player experience, those are my games. That's what I usually play. I play single player games, right? Adventure, action, RPGs, and sometimes I play a lot of fighting games as well. If you want something like that, then PS5 is a pretty good bet. It's a pretty good bet for you, man, because you can get, a shit ton of PS4 games, which are excellent, and you can fill out that library, and then you can focus on PS5 and what they got coming to the table. But I'm not here trying to sell you a PS5. Also, I would argue that Game Pass is for somebody who's willing to, if you're willing to, jump in and jump out. I had Game Pass for like years, and then I recently just stopped and told myself I'm not going to jump in there again because $30 was too high. They did drop the price a little bit, but it still doesn't warrant me paying that every month for that. So what I usually do now is I wait for like a handful of games, at least 2 that I want to play. And then when those games come out, like Forza 6, which is one of them, and I will get the Game Pass for 1 month and I will play those games for that month, and then I will back out again. That's how I do it now, and that's a smart way to do it. And you can go that route as well. Or you can go the Nintendo route if you are that much of a fan of Nintendo. I personally don't feel the need to get a Switch 2 right now, because they haven't proven to me that they're coming with the IPs, that make me want to say, oh, okay, I need to Switch now. I'm waiting for the new Mario game. I'm waiting for, some of these other IPs to come out, which haven't come out yet. And Nintendo knows what they're doing. They're milking the system. They're selling consoles, guys. So to them, there's no rush. And the more people who buy those, that's all that's going to happen. They're going to keep stringing you along, and we may not get another Mario game for another couple years or something, or another Zelda game for another couple years. Who knows? So by then, if I wanted to or decided to get a Switch, that's Switch 2, I will do that. In the meantime, I'll do my Switch collecting for games for the Switch 1, and I have so many games still, and I'm not even talking about the eShop either. There's a lot of games on the eShop that I bought. So there's games galore. And I don't need to spend any more money, guys, on that until Nintendo can prove to me that there's a game out there that is a must. That's where I'm at on it. Unless my kid wants one for Christmas or something, I won't be buying it. Not for myself, at least. But that's my stance on that. I'm going to end the video right here. I want to thank everybody for watching the content. If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. And I'm going to let me know in the comments if you want me to do anything more on this guy. I'll go to his channel. I'll look him up. I'll see what I can find, because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he doesn't hate Sony as much as he lets on, but I don't know. I'm finding that hard to believe. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, guys. I want to thank everybody for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.